Now that our data is taking shape, there are a few other things that you may want to do on your data set. Assuming that you want to generate an ID for each of this line item here, or each of the rows that we have here. There are a couple of ways to go about this, but one thing you may want to do is you come in here, you type 1, you type 2, you type 3. You probably don't want to start typing one at a time like this. So an option you have is to type in 1 here, and once you've typed in 1, if you come here to the bottom right, you see that as I move the cursor down to the bottom right, the shape of the cursor changes. So now I get this, but if I go to the bottom right of the cell, I get a crosshair. So this crosshair is called a fill undo. So I can drag this down to the very last row on my data set. I have this here. Once I have it dragged down like this, you see that it just replicated bunches of 1s for me. Then at the bottom here, I get the autofill option. So if I click the drop down here, then I have some couple of options. One of the options that I would get is the fill series option, which just allows us to fill the series from 1 down to just consecutive numbers from the start point down to the very last one. So I select fill series, and you immediately see that all our numbers have been copied down. But one thing you need to note is that this just typically works for our numbers the way we want it. There are a couple of times that you want other than numbers. Maybe you want to fill out consecutive dates, for example, or just even something else other than that. We can go to where to find the fill series option, or the fill series option itself. I come in here, for example, somewhere here, and then I type in a date, let's say 1/1/2020, for example, and then I want to fill out consecutive dates from this start date up on this particular cell. If I first copy down the same date, so I just did Ctrl D to copy down the same date here, but I don't want the same date replicated. What I want is that I want to have to see from this start date what are the work days that we have from the start date. I can come here to the Home tab, and then I come here to the fill options. So if I come here to the fill options, and I see fill series here. If I click on series, this pop-up gives me a lot more options. And you see here that we want to fill this in the same column. And then what type of filling do you want to apply to this? You want to fill by dates. Do you want to fill every single consecutive date? So if I leave it on day, and I come in here and I click on OK, you see that what happens here is that it just increments the day by 1. So 1st of January, 2nd of January, 3rd of January, and like that. This is not what I want to do. So I'll do Ctrl Z to go back. What I want is that I want to have the dates from this start date, but I want to see only the work days. That's what I want to see. So I come back here to the Home tab, and I come here to fill again, and I come back to series. And here on series, I ask it to fill out weekdays. Once I select the weekday option, I click on OK, and you see now that these are the weekdays from the start date. So I see 1st of January, 2nd of January, 3rd of January, then it jumped to 6th of January, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and then to 13, and like that. How can I confirm that these are all weekdays? I can come in here. You don't need to bother about how this works for now. So what I can do is to pick this, and then I say that I want to see the actual day of the week that is here. So I just do something like this. So this tells me that this is a Wednesday. If I copy this to this cell, you see that I see Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 3rd was a Friday, then Saturday, Sunday in between, then it jumped to the next Monday, Tuesday, up to Friday here, then to the next Monday. So now this has given us the weekdays from the start of the week. So this might be exceptionally important when you are looking at, for example, you want to create a calendar for the business and you are looking at creating a calendar that has all of the weekdays for the year for your own business. You can have the start date filled out, then you highlight all the cells that go like 365. You copy it down just like I've done here, and you can come here to the fill series option where you can just select to fill series, and you select workday, and you get this formatted to show all of the work days from the start of the year.